Hi there, welcome to live stream Yoga with Louise, tips and cues to keep you safe and strong on the mat. Today we are going to weave ourselves a seamless fabric of thought and movement as we work the whole body. As always, play where you're comfortable, modify when you need to, feel comfortable to rest at any time should you need to. You ready? Let's hit the mat. We're going to set up for today's class, standing more or less in the middle of the mat, and just set yourself up in a comfortable parallel stance, all 10 toes looking to the front of the mat, feet stacking underneath your hips, tuck your tailbone under, lengthen through the whole belly area, relax the arms at your side, and we're going to begin today's class with a few heel lifts. But I want you to play it up. So at first, think of the weight bearing being equal on the front and the back of your foot. Then as you lift the heel off the mat, focus on the weight on the front of your foot. As you reground, start to give me weight in the back and then balance it out. So the whole time I want you to think of that weight in your feet. It begins equal, then you transfer it to the front of the foot. You begin to reground through the back and then even it out. As you're playing with that up and down motion through the feet, playing with that weight placement, I want you to begin gently squeezing the energy between the inner thighs together, as if you were pressing into a really soft soccer ball between your two knees. Let's do two more. Last one. Place your hands on your hip creases, soften your knees. You're going to give me half a chair. So you're going to bump the weight back into your bum and your heels, and then come back to standing. Exhale as you push back. Inhale as you stand up. Keep belly to spine. Last one. Stand up nice and tall. You can keep your hands on your hips or you can relax them to the side. You're going to give me single leg lifts on the left. Hovering your heel just off the floor, opening it up to the side of the room, and then coming back to hovering. On your support side, keep your shoulder, your hip, your knee, and your ankle stacked. Let's do two more, and then we'll change sides. Ground your left leg and begin to float and lift on the right. Last one. Come back to parallel. We're going to take it into a full roll down. Nod your chin to your chest. Hollow out your belly. Round out your back as you peel down one vertebra at a time. Then restack and realign, leading with the back of your ribs to come back up into your standing frame. Just four more like this. Moving with control through the belly, control through the back. Make sure that you're moving with your breath so your whole exhalation brings you down. You take a recovery inhale at the end of your movement, and then allow for a whole exhale to pin you back up, keeping belly to spine the whole time. Let's do one more, and then we'll take it into a little balance. As you restack and realign after your last one, find your way into a midway tree on the left. So bend the left knee, place the sole of the left foot on the inseam of the right leg, but below the knee line, maybe cupping around the calf. I want you to relax your arms at your side. And then if the balance feels good, you're going to start tracing a little angel wing pattern, and you're going to open and close the arms. Keeping your tree line steady. Big sweeping motions with the arms, maybe tapping your fingers overhead, and then opening back up to your start position. One more like this, and we're going to find our tree on the opposite side. Ground your left leg, bend your right, find your tree line, When you're steady, you're going to start giving me little angel wings with the arms. Keeping that sense of lengthening through the body. And remember that it's your stationary leg that's pushing into the passive sole of your bent knee leg. Let's do one more like this. Then we're going to use all of those components that we just played with to fashion a little flow. You're going to start with a heel lift, reground your feet, give me that half chair seat, give me a single leg lift on the left, give me one full roll down, heel back up, find a tree line on the left, and give me 3 angel wings. Relax the arms at your side, stand up nice and tall, give me a heel lift, reground, half a chair, single leg lift on the right, full roll down, find your tree line on the right, and give me 3 angel wings. Stand up nice and tall, give me a heel lift, reground, half a chair, single leg lift on the left, full roll down, keeping belly to spine. Find a midway tree on the left, and 3 angel wings. Keeping that sense of lengthening through not just the spine, but feel like your whole body is lengthening from the sky. Come back to standing nice and tall. Heel lift. Reground, half a chair. Single leg lift on the right. Full roll down. Peel back up. Give me your tree line. And 3 angel wings. Stand up nice and tall. Heel lift. Half a chair seat. Leg lift on the right. Full roll down. Restand and realign. Find your tree line on the right. And angel wing it. Let's do one more flow through on each side. Find your parallel stance. Heel lift. Reground. Half a seat in chair. Leg lift on the left. Full roll down. Find your tree line on the left. And then 3 angel wings up and down, looking for that beautiful lengthening through the entire body. Stand up nice and tall. Heel lift to reground. Half a chair seat. Single leg lift on the right. Full roll down. Find a tree line on the right. And then angel wing it 3 times. As you complete your last one, find your way from here into a 4-point kneeling frame on the mat with enough room to extend the legs behind you. Hands stacking underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hip points, and we're going to play with a little pregnant cat at first. Don't drop your head and don't collapse through the arms. So give me long extended arms, push the mat away and give me a long line through the neck and the spine. You're going to focus on the belly. You won't see much for this one. Just concentrate on the lower belly area. Make your belly button relax as if it was gravitating to the mat and then pull it up. Without changing the shape of your back, you're going to relax the belly and then you're going to pull it up. Belly relaxes, pull it up. Relax, belly up. Relax, belly up. Relax, belly up. Relax, belly up. 2 more. Then we'll find our way from here into a high kneeling frame. You're going to float the arms out in front and you're going to alternate twisting side to side, keeping a tall kneeling stack the whole time. So the whole time you're giving me shoulders, hips, knees stacked and tall, and you're pulling up an imaginary zip from your pelvic floor towards your waistline. Exhale as you twist, inhale as you come back to the center line. And if those knees are feeling niggly, maybe just put a little bit of padding underneath the knees. Maybe you want to roll up your mat double, or maybe you'd like to use a hand towel underneath the knees. Last one. We're going to find our way back into our 4-point kneeling frame. And as we start to play with the arms and the legs, I want you to focus here solely on keeping your shoulders and your hips even. So try not to dip lower on one side, and the whole time you're thinking belly up. So I want you to keep that core engaged. Hands are shoulder width apart or maybe a little bit wider to compensate so that you can balance out your body weight. You're going to slide the left arm out as far as it will go and then float it up in line with your ear. Regraze the mat and draw back to your start position. You're going to give me 10 lifts on the left, focusing on keeping as even as you can through the shoulders and the hips. Try to keep your weight distribution equal on the one hand and the 2 knees. So if you need to open up the right hand a little bit wider, feel comfortable to do so. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Come back to your high kneeling frame on the mat. Float the arms out in front. You're going to twist off center only to the right and back. Only to the right and back. Sorry, left, my bad. Directionally challenged today, as you can see. Two more, and then we'll rinse and repeat on side 2. Last one. Find your way back to 4-point kneeling on the mat. Check that you've got that long line through the neck and the spine. Give me the belly up position. All right, shoulders and hips as stable as you can. Slide the right arm out, float it up in line with your ear, and graze the mat to pull it back to your start position. 10 times you're going to rinse and repeat. Belly to spine. 2 more to go. And we'll play with that rotational movement through the trunk. Find your way into a high kneeling frame. Float the arms out in front, palms looking into center. Twist right. On the exhale and come back. Keep twisting right. Think of that zippering up action from your pelvic floor to your waistline so that the whole girdle stays nice and tall. Last one, we're going to find our way back to 4-point kneeling. Think of those shoulders, think of those hips, belly up position. We're going to play with the left leg. Take those hands a little bit wider if you need to even out your weight distribution. Slide the left leg behind you, float it up into table, tap back out, and graze the foot and the knee back to start. So you're almost skimming that left foot off the mat, and you're controlling the movement. So that leg is not coming up higher than the hip height. So you're not throwing the leg back and arching through the spine. You're controlling the movement. There's no jerky movement. It's a soft float. Remember, we're working seamlessly with our movement and our thought on the mat today. Trying to keep the weight bearing equal on your 3 points of contact on the mat, and watch that you're not dropping your head through the shoulder line. So keep that long line through the neck, through the spine. Keep that belly up position the whole time that you're playing. Let's do one more. Last one. You're going to find your way into a high kneeling frame. You can keep the toes relaxed, or you can tuck under if you prefer. You're going to keep your hands connected to the tops of your thighs as you give me a camel lean off the center line and come back. Just trying to keep the longest line through your spine and the top of your thighs. I want you to feel that delicious stretch into the lower belly. Exhale as you dip off the center line, and inhale as you come back to your start position. Last one. Let's rinse and repeat on side 2. Find your 4-point kneeling frame, hands a little bit wider. Long neck, long spine, belly up position. Slide the right leg behind you, float it up seamlessly into table, and then retrace to skim back to start. Stop when the 2 knees are alongside each other, so don't pull your right knee through the tabletop line. Check your weight distribution. Are you equal on your 3 points of contact? Check that you haven't dropped your head or your neck. Keep that long line through the neck and the spine. Keep the belly up position. Let's do 2 more. And then we'll find our way back into our little camel lean. So last one. Find your high kneel, feet relaxed or toes tucked under, hands stay connected to the top of your thighs as you dip off the center line and come back. Lengthen through your trunk. Last one, we're going to come back to 4-point kneeling, and we're going to work opposite arm and leg, keeping level through the shoulders, level through the hips. So think of your controls and keep the belly up position when you're playing. Look for that long line through the spine, belly up. Slide the left leg and the right arm out. Float up seamlessly into table. Tap back to the mat and skim the mat to come back to start. Draw back to 4-point kneeling. Coming back into your high kneeling frame, feet relaxed. or toes tucked under. I'm going to demo with both. So we're going to play up the little camel lean. You're going to start with your arms out in front. As you lean off the center line, you're going to reach back to the left to tap opposite hand to foot or heel and come back. If you'd like to try the toe tucked under, you're going to keep your control hand out in front of you and you're just going to lean off, reaching back, same hand to foot, and you're going to give me a little twist as you lean off the center line. Keeping your control hand, your right hand, floating at about shoulder height. Looking over that shoulder as you tap that foot or that heel. Let's do 2 more, and then we'll find our way back into 4-point kneeling. As you come into frame, think of your shoulders, think of your hips. Keep them level. Keep the belly up position. Slide the left arm and the right leg out. Seamlessly float up. Tap to skin to start. One more. And then we'll come to that little camel lean with a twist and we'll play on the right side this time. Start with the arms out in front as you dip off the center line. Tap a right hand to right foot or heel and then come back to your start position. Keeping your control hand, your left hand, floating at about shoulder height. Keep belly to spine. Let's do 2 more and then we're going to change our orientation and we'll find our way into the seat in staff pose. Take a sit. And in a moment we are going to be rolling it down. So if you know you've got a thin mat, maybe you've got a really knobbly spine or a pronounced curvature of the lower back, just give yourself a little bit of padding. Place that padding into position so that it's there when you need it. All right, so we're going to start seated up nice and tall. And you are going to keep your feet just inside of hip width distance apart. Maybe you've got a big toe and a half space between the 2 feet. You're going to give me an active brace. Legs are long and extended, and you've got a nice high seat with your shoulders stacked over your hips. Relax the arms into the mat, maybe pushing off your fingertips if you need to. And you're going to give me 10 little single leg raises on the right. Using your core, so think of pulling a little piece of string through the belly button to lift and lower the leg. Once you've done 10 raises, without disturbing your prop behind you, you're going to lean back onto the elbows, not collapsing, so thinking chest to sky, elbows stacking underneath your armpits, and you're going to give me 10 knee draws on the right, tapping your heel back to the mat as the leg comes into extension, keeping chest to sky. Last one. Push back up into a nice high seat and give me 5 roll downs with an extended leg line, nodding your chin to your chest. Rolling down 1 vertebra at a time, floating the hands overhead. Inhale, halfway lift. Active feet. Pull back up to your start position. Whole exhale to come down. Inhale for a halfway lift, and then rest of your exhale to activate your feet, your inner thighs, and your core to bring yourself back up. Rolling up and down with your breath, moving seamlessly. Let's do 1 more like that. Then we'll run through that short bit of sequencing on side 2. So find your way back into your high staff seat. Fingertips relaxed at your side. And give me 10 single leg lifts on the left without leaning forward and without tilting backwards. So try to keep the midline stack if you can. Once you've done 10 lifts on the left without disturbing your prop, you're going to make your way onto the elbows, pushing off your elbows and your forearms, chest nice and high, both feet stay actively braced, and then think left knee to nose and tap the heel back to the floor 10 times. Last one, we're going to find our way into 5 roll downs. Sitting up nice and tall, arms floated out in front, nod your chin to your chest, look down towards your belly button as you peel down with control. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale as you brace through the feet, zipper up through the inner thighs and pull up from the pelvic floor. Start to roll seamlessly up and down. Think about your movement as you execute it. Give me seamless thought and movement on the mat today. Let's do one more. And then we'll end once again in our staff pose with the arms relaxed at your side. You're going to bring the feet in closer. So you're going to sandwich them together along the midline and pretend that you've got a tennis ball alongside your ankles. We're going to play on the right side first. You're going to lift your whole foot over the ball to tap on the opposite side and then come back to your start position. So you're giving me little overs as you lift and come back. Shooting for anywhere between 5 to 10 repetitions, trying to keep that tall stack. So the whole time you're thinking, I'm a marionette and I've got a little piece of string that's pulling the crown of my head up towards the sky. Keep that tall seat, thinking girdle. All right, let's do 2 more. Then we're going to come to a full inverted plank, and you can work with a fist line or you can work with a flat hand, finding the hand position that works for you. So there's no right or wrong here, just find the hand position that works for you. You're going to push up into a full inverted plank, pushing off your feet, and then you're going to think knee draws, shooting for anywhere between 5 and 10 repetitions. Then sit up nice and tall and take it through 5 roll downs. Maybe as you find your rhythm this time and you roll back up, you might want to give me a soft little forward fold, reaching past your toes before inhaling to sit up nice and tall. Keep your feet active as you nod your chin to your chest, rolling down with control. Inhale, halfway lift. Activate your feet. Use your exhale to peel up and then squeeze out the last bit of the exhale as you fold forward. Last one. Sit up nice and tall. Bring the 2 feet together. Sandwich together, hands on the sides. Think of that tennis ball just on the outside of your left ankle. You're going to lift your foot over the tennis ball and back. Over and back. Try to keep that high seat. Let's do one more, then we'll find our way into that inverted plank, this time with a straight arm line. You're going to give me knee draws on the right, trying to keep that nice plank line through the body. Once you've done between 5 and 10 repetitions, you're going to take it to your roll downs, opening up your feet into parallel again as you nod your chin to your chest. Peel down, peel up, and squeeze out the last bit of exhale in a soft forward fold before you rinse and repeat. Let's do 2 more sets, and then we'll end in a supine position, and we'll play with the core, and we'll do some side work. So last one. You're going to give me 1 more roll down just to come into a supine position. And if you need to, once you've connected to the mat, you can slip out any padding that you might have underneath the back. So just bend the knees, ground the feet, lift your bum up off the mat, scoot your padding out, place it one side. We're going to start in this bridge-like setup with the knees bent, the soles of the feet connected to the mat, and we're going to play with a really slow 100. So begin with the arms relaxed at your side, palms down into the mat, feet and knees hip-width distance apart, and your spine in neutral. Tilt your pelvis to the 12 o'clock position, imprint your lower and your mid back, keep that scoop with that hollow-like shape to your belly, peel up off the shoulders and hover your arms just above the mat to start, and give me a slow inhale for 5 as you raise the arms up in line with your knees, and then exhale slowly for 5 as you bring the arms back to hovering. Big inhale in to raise, exhale to come down. The whole time you're keeping that scoop position in the mat. So you're locking your trunk in position. Your lower and your mid back stays imprinted the whole time. You've got that hollow frame to your belly as if somebody had thrown a beach ball at your belly and you've gone oof around the ball. Last one. Float softly back down to the mat. Reground. Tilt your pelvis to neutral. Take a recovery breath. And then small tilt to the 12 o'clock position. Imprint your lower and your mid back. Keep that scoop. Keep your head and your shoulders on the mat. And pull the knees slowly to table and stop to hold. Keep that hollow frame. So keep your lower and your mid back imprinted. Belly nice and hollow for 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. Reground your feet and bring your pelvis back into neutral. We're coming up into a bridge articulation, and we'll march on the right once we've found the bridge. Tilt your pelvis to 12 o'clock. Start to peel your tailbone, your bum, your spine, your ribs off the mat as you float your belly up to the sky. Then stabilize your bridge, press down through the hands, and march the right knee to table and softly tap back out to the mat 10 times. You're going to lift and lower on the right. Try not to lose the height of your bridge, so activate yourself on the left. Think active glutes, active hamstring, active quad. 2 more. Then ground both feet in bridge and articulate down as slowly as you can. As soon as you've reconnected your spine in neutral, extend the right leg out on the mat. With the soft toe, you're going to pull the leg up, the right leg up to 90, and then you're going to brace in the foot, and you're going to come to hovering just off the mat. You're going to keep painting as you lift and lower. So you're using your foot as a paintbrush to draw the leg up with a soft toe, and then brace actively as you come back down. On your support side, the left side, you're keeping your knee bent with the sole of the foot connected to the mat, and you're thinking of trying to replicate that hollow frame through your belly. So you're thinking of trying to make your lower and your mid back nice and heavy, and you're trying to give me a hollow belly on the mat. But you're keeping your shoulders, your head, and your arms connected to the mat. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Roll over. So the side that's been working, the right side, is going to be on top. You're going to bend your bottom leg, form a nice little 90 degree. You're going to give me a small prop on the bottom arm, and you're going to relax your head into that palm, and you're going to start tracing a circle. I'm beginning my first circle anti-clockwise, and I am giving a brace into the foot for half of the circle, and then a soft toe line. But if you prefer, you can work with just a soft toe line the whole time, or a braced foot the whole time. So play it up, see where you need to be. You're going to trace 10 circles in the same direction. Just remember which direction you're moving in. Last one. You're going to end with that leg long and extended. You're going to draw the knee towards your hip and back to extension. Stop when you're in line with your hip, and then extend. Soft toe line. Keep belly to spine. Last one, end with the leg extended, and begin to trace your circle in the opposite direction. Inhaling for half, exhaling, and playing with that foot line. So maybe soft for half, maybe braced for half. Belly to spine the whole time, and try not to roll your weight forwards or backwards on the mat. Last one, knee draws. Soft toe line. Last one, roll onto your back. Reposition yourself in the middle of the mat. Extend your right leg up to the sky, kicking actively into the foot, and just hold it. Trying to use that pull up from the pelvic floor towards your belly button to keep the leg as extended as you can, as close to the 90 position as you can manage. Then maybe scoop to peel up off the shoulders, start to climb your leg. Maybe trying to get a little bit closer to your ankle and hold that scoop for 10, 8, 6, 4. To peel back down to the mat, we're coming back into that slow 100. Find your bridge-like setup with the arms at your side. Tilt your pelvis to 12 o'clock. Imprint your lower and your mid-back. Scoop to peel your head, your shoulders, and your arms to hovering. Inhale for slow count to 5 as you raise the arms up in line with your knees. Exhale to float the arms back down to hovering. Keeping that scoop position, that hollow frame into the mat. So you're thinking lower and mid back imprinted. Nice hollow belly. Weight off your shoulders. With about 2 fingers of air between your chin and your chest, as if you had a really soft grapefruit tucked underneath your chin. Last one. Peel back down to the mat. Take a recovery breath or 2 in neutral spine. Then small tilt to the 12 o'clock position. Hollow out your belly. Imprint your lower and your mid back. Keep that scoop. And I want you to just draw back into table with both knees and hold that scoop. Try to keep that hollow belly for 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. Reground your feet. Find neutral and then articulate up into a bridge line. At the apex of your bridge, stabilize on the right and give me knee draws to tap the whole foot back to the mat on the left. Trying to keep active on the right side of your bridge. So try not to drop down through the right bum. Keep your glute active. Keep your hamstring active. Keep your quad active. Then find your grounded bridge and articulate back down all the way to neutral. Once you're in neutral, keep your right leg bent, but begin to extend the left leg. Softly, with a soft pointed toe, float up to the 90 position and then brace into the foot as you come back to hovering and start to paint with your foot as the paintbrush as you lift and lower, trying to keep that slightly hollow frame with your belly. Breathe, seamless thought, seamless movement. Let's do 3 more paints and then we're going to flip over onto side 2. So my back is going to be towards you on this one. When you're ready, you're going to flip over. So right leg stays bent, left leg stays on top, and that stays long and lengthened. And you're going to give me a small prop on your bottom arm. You're going to circle in one direction. Just remember the direction you're moving in. Maybe inhaling for half of your circle with a soft toe and then bracing and exhaling for the other half. Last one, you're going to end with the leg extended and then you're going to give me knee draws to extension. Five more to go. Last one, you're going to come back to your circling motion. This time, traveling your circle in the opposite direction. Using an active foot. Maybe bracing and then toeing out for half. Last one, you're going to come back to your knee draws, exhaling as you draw, inhale to extend. Last one. Roll over onto your back. Keep your right leg bent and extend the left leg up to the ceiling. Using that pull, that little zip from the pelvic floor towards your waistline to give me an active brace, using the whole sole of your foot to push the ceiling away from you. Keep pulling up that zip from your pelvic floor towards your waistline. Hold. 10. 8. On the support side, ground through your foot and squeeze the right knee into center so that you're staying active through the inner thighs. And take a big breath in. Scoop to peel up off the shoulders, maybe finding purchase behind your thigh, and hand over hand, just start to walk up as high as you can, holding that scoop for 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, tuck into a tight little ball on the mat. Maybe starting to give me a little spinal roll, so maybe you want to hold on to the shins or behind the thighs as you roll like a ball. trying to find that little balancing point just off your tailbone as you rock up. Remember to hollow out your belly, round out your back as you roll backwards. Only rolling as far as your shoulder blades, not bringing it onto the neck. And then in seated, extend the legs out in front. Maybe flush along the midline and give me a soft forward fold. Maybe for you that's hands on shins or hands on the thighs. Or maybe the undercarriage of your foot is accessible and you can just reach hands over. Just give yourself a couple of soft breaths here. Giving me a really soft forward fold, just trying to relax your whole lower back. Keeping the legs as long and extended, but active, so feet stay active. Trying to open up those tight kinks behind the knees. And then sit up nice and tall. Bring your hands to prayer to end off your playtime. With thanks, with gratitude. Thank you so much for coming out and joining me today. I do hope that you enjoyed today's class. Till next time, keep it light.